Good evening, all of you. And here I am, Persuading, founder and managing director of Enduring Genesis. And today we are at day 19 of my Women Empowerment Mastery Program. And today's topic is going to be little difficult, but it's going to be simple as well. And that is specifically for all the leaders across the organization. And that is where you need to know about the influencing and persuading skills. So here I am after a gap of few days because it was a season of all festivals, Onam and then Raksha Bandhan, that is Rakhi, and everyone was so busy, including me, of course. So I thought, why not take a break? But then after that, again, I felt little sick for 2 days. Still, I'm having that kind of, little bit of cough and cold. But yes, I'm going to go ahead with my mastering program. And let us continue with these two important skills, which are the part of all the leaders and their core. So, without wasting time, today I'm going to actually talk only about this influencing and persuading skills only for the leaders at workplace. In tomorrow's session, I will be including the these skills for those who are into businesses and those who are into entrepreneurships. Yeah. So let's begin. Yeah. So. Uh, Yes. So give me one minute, please. Yeah, I'm getting one call there, and I need to disconnect it. Yeah. So what are the influencing and persuading skills? Yeah. So these skills are combination of our abilities and characteristics that a person can utilize when interacting with others. It is as simple as that. Yeah. So a person who is influential or persuasive has the ability to motivate others to act or believe specific things. So you as a leader in any of the organization, be it a very small organization, medium scale organization, or a big multinational or a corporate giant corporate FMCG. So here your ability to influence so that they get motivated in turn, and then they start acting towards the common goals of the company and towards the specific things which you have strategized for your organization. They start believing in them and they start acting accordingly, so that you as a leader always can fulfill the needs of the organization, the objectives of the organization, and can really generate a lot of sales. Yeah. And the company can grow like anything. It is also about not only about generating the sales or revenues, but it is also about how you can influence in the areas of service to the communities. If you are a part of an organization where you need to give lot of things to the community, so you can strategize lot of things as a core, because you it can influence. So when you take those steps and when you come out with clear cut objectives and goals for the organization, I'm sure that there are so many in the forum right now who will agree with me that it is so important to keep your teams motivated so that they act towards common goals within the organizations as well as across the organizations or across the geographies if the organization is all over the world. So having said this, these are all helpful skills in the workplace, as many work environments involve creative problem solving or innovative designing or collaborative teamwork, or of course public speaking. Yeah. So the ability to motivate or influence the action is so crucial for those who are managers or into senior middle management roles, or those who are into administrations or human resources, or in all areas wherever you say they are responsible for administering feedback or delivering company wide addresses. Yeah. So likewise, being able to persuade someone is also so crucial when managing a bigger complex project or designing a new product within your organization or a service. So having said this, I just want to give one example where I come from. I come from a pharma company, and I have been a research and development scientist. So I have seen, in the new product designing, these are kind of, very critical kind which we used to handle, and therein persuading was something so crucial, so that we could, whenever there used to be a lot of debates within the organization or across the stakeholders, outside stakeholders as well, how we want to proceed ahead with the designing part, how we want to actually select the vendors of the raw materials, or select where we want to launch, or which are the targeted kind of customers or clients or patients for us. So then we needed, as even research and development scientists, we needed lot of persuasion rounds to take every one page. So that is where persuasion skills, as I said, are so important and crucial. So understanding this, I just want to say something about the relationship building. Yeah. So relationship building refers to a person's interpersonal abilities that allow them to form positive connections with others. Because that is what is. One second, just give me a moment because I have to plug in probably my battery, which is a little down there. So, why relationship building? It refers to a person's interpersonal abilities that allow them to form positive connections within the organization, outside the organization. People use common, shared interests or circumstances or experiences or goals to create these connections. Yeah, so you can build upon these initial connections by maintaining a polite and a very friendly, demeanor. Yeah, so assisting people with small tasks or being very inclusive of others. So consider, for example, consider, picking up a tea or coffee for a co-worker, or sharing a recipe or a book recommendation to help build friendly kind of relationships at work. Maintaining friendly relationships, it helps people learn to trust and develop the loyalty among their colleagues, yeah, and among their peers. So there is another element which comes to these skills, that is the emotional intelligence. So emotional intelligence that involves a person's ability to understand what other person is feeling. So it's kind of, I can also plug your empathy part of it. So it represents your ability to interpret and predict the emotional responses of, or the responses from the person to whom you are conversing, or your ability to respond appropriately to the situations, or whatever is being discussed in a forum. So understanding how certain words, actions or images that may impact how other people feel is also very crucial for influencing as well as persuading others, right? Yeah. So I know, it's very easy to say all these things, but when it comes to the practice, I think how many of you take those extra efforts? Yeah. Do you take those extra efforts to understand the emotional responses of the people? Yeah. You need to understand those, and you need to actually understand them from their word, behaviors, actions, and that is how you can influence and persuade others accordingly. Yeah. So sometimes, I will also stress something which is a different thing, that is someone with the research and data analysis skills actually can, inspect and interpret the information on how to draw useful conclusions. Yeah. So this is so important in today's world where we are dependent so much on the research and data analytics and AI and to name few. Yeah. Just to have a significant influence or persuasive ability, it is also important to research the different topics of influencing people or people use in the marketing area or orating and designing. Yeah, so there are various areas nowadays where people really use that data so effectively. So it is also essential to be able to create or review the data regarding other people's certain behaviors or responses to specific actions and images or words. So one example which I want to really give those who are freshers, they may not be knowing this, that nowadays whenever you send any kind of resume to any of the organization when you are in the process of applying for your jobs, there is a AI filter which takes actually identifies the keywords, the keywords in your resume, and that gets compared with the job description which they might have published in the on all the social media sites including LinkedIn, and therein they actually filter out a lot of resumes before even going to the first round of review by the recruiters. So understand this. People are nowadays using a lot of techniques to use the research and data analytics in any area. And this is the way you can influence some of the key decisions. Yeah. So give me 1 minute because I will have to sip in warm water in between. My voice is not that good today. Yeah. So now, coming to the one important aspect, yeah, that is written and verbal communication. So these two skills are reflected. They reflect, I'll say, a person's ability to convey meaning through the spoken and written word. Yeah. So it involves your body language, your non-verbal gestures, and an understanding of sentence structure, and a lot of things. So strong oral and written. Yeah, I see that comment there from Rima. Yeah, I agree, Rima, and I will definitely take that question later. Yeah. So strong oral and written communication skills are foundational for influencing and persuading others. Yeah, that is another way where whenever you are putting a mail to your cross stakeholders, or whenever you are sending out the minutes of meeting, the formal minutes of meeting, or the informal kind of summary to your immediate line manager after an important meeting. So these are the areas wherein you have lot of opportunities to use your influencing and persuading skills. So never lose on that opportunity, because these are the clear cut given kind of things at any workplace, that you can use written communication as well as verbal communication to influence others so easily. Yeah. So there is one element which is also very important when you are an influencer. So also you need to have active listening skill or technique, to enhance your influencing skills. Yeah. So to be an active listener, you may be very attentive. Yeah, and make eye contact with someone who is speaking with you, because that is what is so important, because then you can immediately connect to what the person is trying to say, or trying to convince, or trying to tell you about certain kind of issues or bottlenecks when you are into meetings. Yeah, it is also essential to maintain uh, uh, you know a body language and posture that shows that you are interested in the speaker, who is actually giving some valuable information to the entire team or to you for that matter. So remember to allow the speaker to fully express their ideas, their thoughts, or they ask them clarifying about the questions to show that you are engaged and you care for whatever he is trying to deliver to you. Yeah. So active listening, as I said, is an important skill in all relationship building. Yeah. So and even it is also so important for your career development, because I have seen lot of leaders, even if you find them little introvert, but they are not introvert. They are actively listening to you when you speak to them one on one or in other forums. Yeah. So learning how to hold those polite conversations and show your interest and engagement while others are speaking to you is so helpful for building the trust, integrity, or understanding the opinions and the vantage point of others. Yeah. So all of which are very helpful when attempting to influence later on or to persuade. Yeah, because they know that you have understood the subject. They know that you understand what value they are delivering to the organization. They understand that whatever you heard from them, that has gone to your core, and you are willing to take some action. So that is actually in turn very helpful to you when you again try to influence those people to take some concrete decisions which are beneficial to the organization. So, having said this, I just want to give one example here that is coming from you know kind of a mentee who had this disorder. I will not say disorder, yeah, but she had a kind of a very short span of active listening, and she used to get very anxious, how to take the next steps. So even without listening completely, or even without understanding the whole topic. So here she, whenever she used to immediately react to certain things, whatever was being spoken in the meetings, and then the things started coming on her, that she was an immature leader. Yeah. So these things can be perceived in a different way. So they can actually hamper when your skills, even if you have the best of the influencing skills and best of the persuading skills, still if you are not an active listener, then you come out as an immature leader. Yeah. So there is one which I really want to, talk about, is about negotiation skills. Yeah. So negotiation is primarily an element of discussion or a persuasion in which a person intends to reach, yeah, an agreement or resolve a conflict or come to the win-win situation. As I said in my earlier, on some day, I don't remember the day, but I definitely covered negotiation skills. So it requires a lot of communication, compromise, a high degree of emotional intelligence, and interpersonal awareness too. So sometimes negotiation is necessary for effectively influencing and persuading other parties. So whenever you have this skill within you, I think you can influence a lot of critical decisions within the organization. Yeah. So or for even for your teams. Yeah, this is so important, because I have as a leader, I have come across with some sessions with HR functional leads, wherein we used to have this performance appraisal, and then there used to be a kind of 360-degree appraisal, and then people coming with that bell curve, and then we used to really sit for the negotiations for our own team members, right? So here, these skills, if you have those skills, you can really influence lot of decisions even in that area. So, how to improve your influencing and persuasion skills. So, I just want to take some tips. What is that? How you can influence? Yeah, how you can improve on that. So, I have seen a lot of people who are the leaders, especially political leaders or the leaders who are the public speakers. They study, rhetoric. Yeah, rhetoric is a combination of language or sentences or structure of the sentence or the figures of speech that people use when they are writing or they're speaking. So when you are a public speaker, this is meant to use logic and the emotional responses of others to pursue it. Yeah. So studying the elements of rhetoric and the ethics of using rhetoric at appropriate time or at inappropriate forums. This helps people to develop strong social and professional influence as well as persuasive ability. So, I see our own, Prime Minister who uses this so many times, and we really love those. We get influence with those skills, right? So these are so important, you know, tip tips which are which you can use. Yeah, you can if you are at workplace, you can observe your colleagues. That is what I was telling to one of my mentee. How you can influence, how you can come out, very distinctly as a woman leader within the organization. So she was clueless about it, and I was just telling her, why don't you observe your colleagues? Why don't you observe your senior management or the leaders? Is an important step for understanding the human behavior and building and maintaining the trusting relationships. So consider, like, carrying a portable notebook, or you can use your mobile also, the notes part. So you can you can write down the things that you notice. Yeah, note specific words or phrases people normally often use, or you can also see the physical and emotional reactions they elicit from others. So all these small things, if you have the habit of noting down, or that remains in your memory, or it remains in your memory lane, is fine. But if you don't, I will advise that you can write down somewhere in your notepad, on your mobile. So after a period of time, review those notes and you will understand, after analyzing them, that how it is so useful to interpret what is coming out of that. So these are the ways to influence and persuade people. So find a mentor. That is another suggestion which I would give to improve your influencing and persuading skills. Why? Because a mentor is someone who, with experience, right, and skill, who can offer the professional guidance in this area. So think about the people you have interacted with at work, maybe your senior leaders, or maybe those who were part of internships, or some other experiences. So if someone seems particularly influential or persuasive, ask them if they would be willing to mentor you, and if they want to assist you in developing your skill in that particular area and then becoming more influential in your industry. So find a mentor. That is my advice to all the leaders who are now attending this session. Yeah. So there is another tip which I want to give to improve in this area. That is, attend a workshop or a seminar. Yeah. So workshops and seminars, they're specifically for learning experiences and professionals. Regularly, I've seen the trend that they seek them out to enhance their skills in specific area. So many employers, colleagues, or private organizations, they offer such kind of training sessions. So be part of those programs. Go for this workshop. That will help people build their skills, and persuasion is through speaking or writing. So you will learn everything in those workshops and seminars. So some workshop may be hours long. They may be 1 day or 2 days of site meetings. So whenever they are planned, be part of those programs. So the another one which I want to really give, make workplace relationships, because that is so essential if you really want to influence and pursue it. Yeah. So make an effort to connect with people you work with on a regular basis. Be friendly, polite when interacting with co-workers, colleagues, superiors, and those who report to you. Often, I have seen that. offer people, if you don't offer that compliment, then probably you come out as a very, a leader who doesn't even observe. Yeah. So offer people compliment to brighten the day. Praise your colleagues for any significant contribution which they have done. Somebody has accomplished something, a kind of postgraduate diploma in something, or has gone out of way to help others. Appreciate that. Give them compliments. Yeah, even in their personal lives, if they have done something. If they have celebrated some festival and come with the kind of goodies next day. Appreciate that they are taking efforts to build the team. Yeah. So all these things, developing strong workplace relationships, they can help you build trust, expand your professional network, and become a better listener and communicator. Yeah. So, so expand again. This is for typically those who really want to lead from the front, and that is expand your professional network. Yeah. So a professional network is a group of social contacts and work-related connections that a person can reach out to regarding jobs, learning opportunities, advice, or industry-related techniques or guidance. So much can be learned from this professional networking. So do that. The relationship can be mutually very beneficial and professional in nature. So expanding your network gives you a lot of opportunities to potentially influence a lot of people, because then it also helps to build your professional reputation. Enrolling into educational programs, reconnecting with old co-workers or colleagues, or attending an industry related workshop or seminar, and using social media or platforms are common ways to broaden these crucial network connections, right? So develop a personal brand. If you really feel that you need to develop your own brand, do that, because that's a tool for marketing yourself as a professional. So it is of attributes, it is of qualities, it is of behaviors, and that others can expect from you in the workplace. Like sometimes I have come as a very kind of sorry. I'm so sorry. Because sometimes we women leaders, we come out as a very empathetic kind of leaders. These are the qualities which come to us very naturally. Now, some leaders which I have seen across industries, they come out as a very calm and self-driven kind of decision makers. So when these qualities they become so obvious within the organization, then people obviously look at that brand. So you develop your own brand, and people will come to you for such kind of solutions whenever they are stuck up somewhere. So to best use your influence and persuasion skills, make sure that your personal brand statement and actions are consistent with strong communication, persuasive rhetoric, and social and professional. That is my advice to you. Why that advice to you? Because that is where people relate you as a brand when they want some key decision makers. So when you create that brand, people come to you. That is how you can influence through your personal brand to a lot of people within your organization. Yeah, look for ways to collaborate. That's another way which I want to tell you how it helps in influencing and persuading people. So it occurs when one or two more people they work together to achieve a common goal, or on a on a common project. So when possible, reach out to those your line manager about opportunities to collaborate with other people in your department or in some other departments. So these are the opportunities which you can take. This working together can help you to develop your stronger communication skills, and also to improve the quality of work in your area. So additionally, regular participating in collaborative projects like CSR activities classically, they can help you build lot of relationships, new relationships, and develop your personal brand. Yeah. So engage with social media. That is another way of looking at it in today's world. Yeah. So when trying to develop influence in your career or industry, it is important that to have a strong web presence. Creating one or more social media profile pages is so important for expanding your reach and portraying yourself as an industry leader or as an expert. So it is also crucial for defining and maintaining your personal brand. So I want to tell you that if you have not updated your LinkedIn profile, please do that. Because that is where a lot of professionals, they reach out to your profile, they see your profile, they see what you are doing on that platform, and when you put one or two things, or within a span of say 8 or 15 days every month, then probably people notice what is happening. How you are creating yourself, or how you are coming out as an expert. Yeah, so always do that. Even on the social media, a lot of I have seen a lot of recruiters nowadays. They see your social media presence on Facebook, also Instagram, also, and then they approach you because they see how you are in sync with so many people around the world. And that is where I come to this part, because I have seen when I became the part of Women World Leaders, which is a kind of a organization based out in Florida, USA. There were a lot of people who reached out to me saying that, oh, ma'am, have you started working in US? So that is what people they actually observe you on social platforms, and then they reach out to you in some cases with good opportunities. Yeah, so maintain a robust portfolio. That is what I have seen. A lot of people, those who are very good on social media, but they don't even, have the robust portfolio. Yeah, so it's a digital or physical tool for highlighting your achievements and skills as a professional. So always use that. Designing a digital portfolio can help you maximize your influence and reach also. So maintaining a robust portfolio also gives other people access to your personal brand, your ideas, your thoughts, your most impressive achievement. So always take some efforts to have or maintain the robust portfolio. So this is a tool which you can use nowadays to broaden your professional network and establish yourself as an authority, as a skilled professional in your industry. Because I have seen a lot of people who come to me, they are not from pharma industry nowadays. They come from all walks of life, all other professions, because they know that I come out as an expert in this field of mentoring, right? So you update your social media regularly. That also is one of the tips which I want to give to a lot of women who are here. Yeah, because they will put so many things on the social media, but they will not update. Whatever if they have changed the positions, if they have joined the new organization, please do that, and please do that with a very, very, very crispy pitch, which should be a part of your LinkedIn profile. Yeah, it should be part of your social media, because that is where people do observe. By studying that data, you can identify lot of growth opportunities for yourself. Yeah, people reach out to you. Yeah, so you need to really update your social media regularly. Even if you are doing some community services, even if you are a part of some community service organization, you just can update all the things, all the projects which you are leading or doing through those social media updates. So having a strong social media following and a plenty of engagement can help you showcase your ability to influence others. Yeah, in your area of interest or professional industry. Understand these goals, because this is so important in today's world. Yeah. Another thing which is not so part of this discussion, but I just want to say this. Sometimes you also need to include soft skills section in your resume. Yeah. Why I'm saying this? Because there people know that you are an influencer. Yeah, they understand that you can interact better with others. They understand that you have good interpersonal skills. So it's a good way to showcase your skills as an influencer and a persuasive communicator. So now these are the specific tips for only for leaders. Yeah? So these are how they can improve their persuasion skills. There is a framing method. Yeah, what is that framing method? Describing and or explaining a concept in such a way that it influences how it is interpreted by the recipient is known as framing. For example, I just want to give. Now, saying a glass is empty, or I know everybody knows that saying a glass is half empty or half full. The phrase half full sound much more positive than half empty. So you can build in such kind of things. So there are three core elements under framing. One is the placement, second is the approach, and third is the words. So placement is the right time, right place, and people must be chosen. Yeah. The second one is approach. A carefully thought of argument should be presented. And the third one, words. The most appropriate words should be selected if you are applying framing method in your persuasion. Yeah, always remember this because utilizing these three elements, four elements, can help you frame your words, your actions in a very effective way. Now, explain the benefits at hand. So, when you are doing this, a great way to persuade an individual is to explain what benefits will come out from that entire discussion. So what they can gain from the experience. So as a leader, if you want to really your team to work towards a goal, you can tell them how it would benefit them in the long run. Yeah. So be it through gaining certain skills or through other perks, seeing that they will personally get a lot of benefits from a particular activity, so they are more likely to persuade it. Because I have seen, when I used to talk about a complex project with my teams, and then we used to have a lot of, for me as a leader, it was very much clear in my mind how I want to persuade the team to give their best for the project. So I used to, do a lot of my homework before going for such kind of meeting. And so when I used to give a lot of benefits, coming to the team from that particular complex project, there was always a situation where the people were willing to give for that project. Yeah, so this is how you can actually persuade people. Use data to support the cause. Now, what is that your cause? Yeah, showcasing the data. Yeah, showcasing the data or using some of the evidences to support your, idea. It provides a lot of, it provides a very uh, positive kind of, reinforcement to individuals. So, thus motivating them to follow through and then agree with your plan of action. So, be it in the form of surveys or good industry practices, good laboratory practices, good operations practices, academic studies, or research, it carries more weight to prove your point with the help of the data. Yeah? So, if you wish to really introduce a new initiative, you can run a pilot scheme and gather the real world data, as a first step, and then you can also this can also support you to to support your cause, and then you can in turn persuade others for your cause. So this is classically when people, HR guys, they go for any kind of CSR activity. Why they want to do it, how they want to do it, why how what kind of positive reinforcement will be to the individuals. So all those things, they are so important to the leaders. Now talk about we instead of you. So when you are a leader, it is so much important to cultivate the team spirit. Yeah. So using the word we instead of I or instead of you, that indicates the team spirit, that inculcates the team spirit within the organization, and it shows that your opinion is relevant to every single member in your team, and rather than being a vested interest. So it can be more appealing. Yeah, it can be more appealing to be part of a team rather than being left out. Yeah. So I think there are a lot of questions which are coming on this topic. I will definitely answer this if the time permits. Now, identify dissatisfaction. This is another tip for leaders who really want to pursue. So, beforehand, you have to understand if there are some dissatisfactions within your team, or team which is working on a complex project, or if there is some kind of dissatisfaction within the cross-functional leads, heads. Yeah, you need to understand. You need to empathize with them and for their struggles. If they are going through a very difficult kind of troubleshooting, so you need to really sit with them, convince them, connect with them, convince them that we can do it together. So knowing why one is dissatisfied can help you expose them to better choices and persuade them. So having said this, now I also want the leaders to encourage, they should start asking guided questions. Why this is important? Because such kind of targeted questions or the guided questions, they allow people to believe that they initiated the idea and that change their minds independently. Yeah. So it makes them feel very evolved or engaged in a subtle manner rather than persuading them directly. So this is a strategy which any leader can apply. Listening to their perspective, asking questions will help guide the individual to to the ideal conclusion. So I like this style sometimes. Yeah. So having a casual conversation while adding guided or targeted questions to the conversation can really help in persuading the individual. Now, provide options. If it is not possible to do that, I also encourage the leaders to provide options. So, when you offer someone multiple options rather than a yes or no scenario, then you give them a sense of choice. Yeah? So they feel okay, their opinion matters. So give them the practical options so that they can select from them and multiple mutually beneficial options. So they know that there is going to be a win-win situation if they choose that option. So one example is like negotiating a pay rate. Start by requesting or suggesting a much higher salary so that the employee they feel like they are getting a great deal when you lower your salary to the target wage. Yeah. So these are some of the things I think everyone does that, all HR leaders. Prime them for the conversation. So this is also one of the things where repetition is a primary technique that can be used subconsciously and it actually it is used to subconsciously they get prepared individuals they get prepared to be more familiar with the idea before taking a decision. So you can prime these techniques. Yeah, maintaining the idea in a casual conversation, prime them for the direct conversation. For example, if you wish to call your team to the office on all 5 days in a week, then you can actually, I know that was the situation in post-COVID days. You can casually bring up the benefits of working in person rather than from home. So this was classically when people were so fearful post-COVID days, whether they will carry the infection, how will be the life post-COVID in the office and this. So that makes the team more comfortable when they hear the official pitch. Yeah? So you can use those conveying techniques. Illustrate outcomes. Yeah, sometimes you as a leader, once you have suggested a plan of action, you have to help the team envision the positive outcome. So you have to give them the dream coming true kind of scenario. When they choose something, after lot of things, what will be the scenario? What will be the positive outcome? Yeah, so the team gets a brief sense of how and why it will be beneficial to them and to the team to follow through with that plan of action. So, the ability to tell a story with the positive outcome is one of the greatest persuasion skill which every leader possesses. And I need to know that from all the leaders who are in this forum, they can write to me directly on enduringgenesis@gmail.com. They can reach out to me on my WhatsApp number 9833811769, and I would love to know, what kind of story they create when they want positive outcomes. Yeah. So because that is where the persuasion skill is so important for all leaders. So having said this, I'm going to conclude my session with some of the quotes which are the favorite part of me. I just love this. So one is coming from Richard Branson, and he says, you know what? Business opportunities are like buses. Yeah. There always there are always another one coming. So if you have influencing skills, if you have persuading skills, understand you can use that as a one-time opportunity when it comes to you and you use it immediately. This business opportunity can take you on a long, long success path. Yeah, so all women leaders who are here, please understand that the business opportunities they come very rarely, because once you miss the bus, there is somebody else, which is something, some new bus is coming, and you will be somewhere in the depot, yeah, bus depot. So always remember this. And having said this, there is another one which is coming from James Hunter. Yeah, he said leadership, the skill of influencing people to work enthusiastically towards goals identified as being for the common good. So understand this, why these skills influencing people is so important. So even if you want to do something good for the organization, even if you want to do something, do that with lot of enthusiasm, because enthusiasm is influential, and that is where people can work enthusiastically to achieve your goals and your organization goals. So leadership is all about influencing people. Yeah. So there is another one which is from it's from Dahlia. Yeah. And we do not have. She says we do not have many women leaders in the world. Yeah. She says it so bluntly. We do not have many women leaders in the world, but if we look at the current examples, most of these few female leaders that we have today, yeah, that we have today, they lead their countries under the pressure of difficult political and economic circumstances. So they all possess strong personalities, and they have real political influence on the domestic and on international scene. So understand this. The most leaders, they have to there is lot of political influence which comes in when you are on the globe map, yeah, on the map, on the global map. And there, when if you are a woman leader, and if you cannot influence certain political scenarios, if you are not updated with those things, you don't know how to really take those critical decisions which are beneficial to your own country, that can really, 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 you know, uh, and that is where I feel influencing skills, persuasion skills, they are so important, because you can change lot of things on the global scenario. You can on platforms, yeah, you can influence a lot of political decisions. So having said this, there is one more which touched my heart. That is from Sheryl Sandberg, of course. She is my favorite. So she said, which is so important, girls here. I want every single little girl who is told that she's bossy, who is told that she's bossy, she has to be told instead that she has leadership skills. Yeah. So even if somebody tells you, yeah, you are very assertive, you are very aggressive, or you are very bossy, just tell them, I have got good leadership skills. Yeah. So even at workplace, even if you come out as like this as a leader, the leader is always a leader, right? And the leader need not be, need not restrict themselves in the ideas of not influence. They can go and influence. They can reach out and persuade others. They can do anything. So that is my advice to all leaders. And having said this, I'm logging off from this session, and we are going to come tomorrow with the same topic, that is the influencing and persuading skills in the area of businesses and entrepreneurship. So I know my voice is a little bad. You will have to deal with it. But I love you all, and I'm willing to come tomorrow, mostly at the same time, with the same topic, but for businesses and entrepreneurs, and also those who are into startup. So stay tuned and take care. Bye bye.